ago, President Trump was in South Florida touring a massive new immigration detention site built in just days. It is dubbed Alligator Alcatraz because that facility sits deep in the Everglades. And 10 Tampa Bay political reporter Aaron Parsegian was there as the president arrived today.
Yeah, Aaron, you're headed back right about now from an eventful morning. We talked about this earlier today. What did you see out there? Of course, what are officials telling you tonight?
Yeah, well, good evening, Frank and Dave. First off, tonight they say it is now fully operational. They are expecting to have detainees there within 24 hours. When we first went down there as Air Force One was making its landfall down at that facility around 11 this morning, all along the trail, Alligator Alley, it was wide open driving until you got right up to that training airport and runway where Air Force One landed. The entire street was just full of national and local media awaiting the president's arrival for that tour alongside Governor Ron DeSantis today. Outside of that, we also saw protesters really lined up across the road where they've been for a few days now, protesting both this facility and what they believe could be potential impacts to the surrounding Everglades and the natural resources around it.
We should mention, Aaron, that some of the money for this facility is coming from FEMA money.
Yeah, that's correct. And about $450 million in operating costs. That's for a yearly operating cost that's expected to actually run that facility. The state is expecting to get that reimbursed from FEMA emergency money to stand this up. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem confirming that today, was also on this tour alongside the governor and the president.
And Aaron, as we talked about this in the newsroom over the past several days, the time frame for this facility to go up, it moved up rapidly.
Yeah, it was about 8 days in total, Frank, when they first announced this project, getting the green light for it from the feds to where we are today, where it's now fully operational tonight. And it was a quick effort, as you mentioned. They had to stage quite a bit. We're talking about a giant aluminum frame structure with a heavy-duty tent. It's capable of withstanding a Category 2 hurricane, about 158,000 square feet of housing. We're talking about power supplies, areas for 3 hot meals a day, a medical facility, pharmacy, then even a staff village with a capacity for 1,000 people that could be potentially working there. And there's also spaces for legal support services, laundry, bathrooms that they brought in there. Quite a huge operation. In the days leading up to this, though, the governor maintained they could get it open quickly. They said they're used to, kind of setting up areas like this for linesmen and people responding in the case of hurricanes. This one a little differently, though, because they're setting up holding cells and more security features like barbed wire, security cameras, and things of that nature.
All right, busy times for our political reporter Aaron Parsegian joining us live right there over the phone. Thank you for that. We'll get back with you a little bit later.